All right, I'm back. All right, back with another topic for y'all. All right, so I got to touch on this triple-double that Lonzo had on the last game. And to me, it was just a matter of time before he started really picking the pieces and putting them together. And some of it was, a bit of him trying to figure some stuff out. There's some demons he had to go through, some things he had to try to get past. And when you saw this last triple-double, the way that he went about it was, to me, probably one of the best games that he's played so far. This was even better than the first triple-double he had against Milwaukee. Of course, for obvious reasons. I mean, they got the win. But when you look at how energetic he was from the beginning of the game, just getting the rebounds, pushing the pace, not trying to shoot so many outside shots, really attacking and penetrating and pitching. Those were things that I felt were missing in some of these games that he's been having, where a lot of the coaches may have felt that he was a bit off, where he was a bit complacent at times. This triple-double to me really showed something that I believe that Laker fans can probably get used to. I think the more and more that he plays this way, the more that he plays with the amount of pace that they're really looking for, you're going to see this Laker team is really going to start taking off. I like a lot of things that I see, and it really all starts with Lonzo. I mean, it's as crazy as it sounds, they're really going as he goes. It can't come from Jordan Clarkson or some of these other guys that people are trying to elevate. It has to come from him, because the style of play that they want to play, it is predicated on how Lonzo and his skill set is. His shot is going to come. I mean, we just need to just throw that off to the side. If he's not shooting that great right now, then that's just gravy. When it does come, that's just icing on the cake. Right now, he needs to be focused on exactly what he did this last game. This is the blueprint. So if you're watching, holla at your boy. Listen to what I'm saying. This is the blueprint. Get the rebounds like you've been doing. Push the pace on the fast break. In the half court, I need to see more pick and rolls from Luke Walton. I know you want to make this like the Warriors. I know that's the type of offensive system that you would like to run. You don't have a Warriors team. You don't have Kevin Durant. You don't have Draymond Green that can run the point for you. Andrew Bogut is your second or third option for center sometimes, depending on the night. So you don't have him where he can run the point from the center position. And you don't have a bevy of shooters like Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, and others at your disposal at the moment. So you have to go with your strength. And your strength, from what I've seen, is when you put Zoe in the pick and roll. Let him be the playmaker that he is. You have Kyle Kuzma, who can run the pick and roll. You have Brook Lopez, who can run the pick and roll. Julius Randle, it seems like every time he comes into the game and he and Lonzo are playing the two-man game with the screen and roll, I mean, it just works so well. And the biggest caveat to that is that it can't just be Lonzo looking for the roll man or the pop man on that. He has to also have the mindset to attack. This guy can get to the lane, not at will, but he can get to it very easily because he's 6'6", 6'7", and he's very fast with the ball. And the good thing about him is that he also makes the right read off the pick and roll. So when he starts attacking, he may not necessarily hit the roll man. He'll hit the guy that's flashing to the wing, and it's very, very nice to watch when you really break it down and really look at it. So those are the things I need to see from this Laker team moving forward. And especially for Lonzo. And I think that if he plays this way, if he uses some of these things that he's been doing here lately, I think that you'll start to really see this team take off. And I think, and I've been saying this on Twitter earlier, they need to go on a winning streak here. You win the one the other night against the Nuggets. You need to take care of business tonight against the Bulls, and then you need to go to Sacramento and you need to take care of business there. Come back to LA and take care of business against the Clippers. That's 4 games that are very winnable games, and then it's time to take on the Warriors. So if they're able to do that, I think that they're setting themselves up for a good run here. They need as much confidence as they can get. It seems like every time they win a game, it's hard for them to get that back-to-back win. I think they've only done it one time, and they need to get a string of wins together. And I think Lonzo, with his mantra of "I'm just all about the wins," if that's what he's really all about, and that's really what he really means, then he needs to win some games. and it needs to be with him playing the style of play that he plays. And I believe if he does that, all of a sudden some of those shots that may have almost fell, some of those layups that were short, or he may have been a little bit hesitant to take the contact or whatever, he's going to start playing even faster, more aggressive, and he's going to be playing with even more confidence. And those of y'all who saw him play at UCLA, the type of swagger that he played at UCLA is what I haven't seen. I haven't seen it that much this year. I saw it last game. He had a lot of confidence about him that really carried over, and he really dominated in a lot of areas. 16 rebounds. I don't care what position you play. That is a large amount of rebounds. And if it comes from the point guard position, you've absolutely dominated from the point guard position, rebounding the ball. So if he's able to do even half of that, 8 rebounds a game, is going to be essential for this team moving forward. And what I think with, like I said earlier, in terms of this team, them getting on this win streak, they need to be able to put those strings of wins together. And then not just that, they're gonna have some losses, but it has to be the losses. Like let's assume that they'll lose to the Warriors. Let's say if that's their loss after this win streak that they may go on, they need to be able to say, okay, we lost, let's pick it back up, let's go on another win streak, let's win another 2. If they lose the next one, okay, let's win another 2 or 3, and then whatever the case may be. And that needs to be how they're defining themselves for the rest of this year, as Lonzo continues to figure this whole thing out. But as I'm sitting there talking, I actually got some breaking news that I just got word of that's going to be very interesting. LaVar Ball, and I just made a video about this, you've probably seen it already. LaVar Ball has once again done what probably people are already expecting him to do. If you've been following him, this didn't take long. He's very opinionated. He's going to say what he has to say. And I'm sure the Lakers organization probably prepared for it, especially with all this that's going on. He basically called the coaches soft in an interview with Bleacher Report. And it is very interesting how this is going to play over amongst the coaching staff, how it's going to play over with the members of the organization. Because the thing about this is, it's not that they're going to take this out on Lonzo. Some of it is probably where some people were already thinking. I've had my issues with how the coaching staff is using him. I did not agree with how Luke Walton has treated him in some of these games, as well as Julius Randle, Jordan Clarkson. There's been a lot of confusion in terms of the rotation. There's been a lot of things that you can point the finger at, and people really don't want to say things. And LaVar is just the type of person that's like, look, man, we out here trying to get these W's. Y'all drafted my son. Y'all put all the pressure on my son. You're talking about me putting the pressure on him. Y'all put the pressure on him too. So don't go sitting my son in the fourth quarter. That's not what I don't think that he said that. I didn't hear any of those comments, but I'm just trying to go inside the mind of LaVar, and that's probably how I would feel as his father as well, based on how he's already been, and based on my own personal feelings on how they've been utilizing him in some of these games this year. You can't go on and have a press conference, an introductory press conference, saying that you want to see the man's name in the rafters and not breaking all the records and winning championships, and then you have him sitting in the fourth quarter. And they did that on 2 straight games. You just cannot do that. I'm sorry. You got to try to figure it out with him, because the last thing you want to do is you don't want to wreck this kid's confidence after you just boosted him all the way up without his father even doing it at all. Now, I can understand if it was LaVar, doing what he's already been doing, but they rode the wave too. They've been using him in all their marketing, and they call his name last in the lineup. They're really selling Lonzo as this franchise guy, so they're gonna have to own up to some of these little issues that they've had. So don't try to protect him is basically what he's saying. Don't baby him. Don't try to take him out of whatever you think that he's going through. Let him take his lumps. Let him take his lumps like a man. Let him work himself through it and figure it out. He's been playing basketball all his life. He's had me, LaVar, as a coach and as a father, staying on him. Don't ease off of him and think that's the way to do it. No, tell his butt to go in there and attack and play the game that he knows how to play, and don't worry about all the other nonsense. So in that respect, I can see where he's going, but as a father of a player, no one really wants to hear you. The media may want to hear from him because it creates a storyline. It gives me and other people something to talk about. But in terms of possibly affecting chemistry and making things harder than what it really is, that's probably not something that they really want to hear. But on the flip side, you drafted a kid. You knew what his father was. You knew how loud he was. You knew he was prone to say outlandish things. It's just one of those things that you're gonna have to deal with. I would probably, maybe have Magic have a conversation. But as LaVars already says, look, I'm not the type that closes my mouth. If someone asks me a question, I'm gonna say what I have to say. And if you don't like the answer, then that's up to y'all to figure it out. But you're not gonna shut me up. And that's LaVar Ball, guys. So we're looking to see how Lonzo does tonight against the Bulls. See if he can have a repeat of a performance, not necessarily another triple-double, but if he can capitalize off of what he did previously and take the momentum and bring it onto this game and beat a struggling Bulls team, tomorrow night go and beat a struggling Sacramento Kings team, and then see how the chips may fall that way. So a lot of interesting things going on. I expect Lonzo to take some of the things that I've been saying and his other coaches have been saying. I mean, not like I'm coaching the Lakers or anything like that, but I mean, I'm just saying, Luke, y'all probably could use the kid on your staff at some point, maybe as a consultant or something. But anyway, Lonzo, I'm looking to see him attack more and utilize the same type of game that he's used when he's been successful tonight and tomorrow, as well as when they come back on next week to play the Clippers. So. Again, check out the rest of the content that I have. I'm really just getting started. Subscribe here to my channel. My Twitter handle is in the description. It's talking with Fresh, at Talking with Fresh, TLKIN, not talking but talking with Fresh. So follow me on Twitter as well. I have a lot of things that I have to say, a lot of opinions that I like to put out. So if you like what I have to say, follow me. Let's have a conversation. Let me know your thoughts about this, about what I said about Lonzo, LaVar's impact on Lonzo and the Lakers moving forward. Do they need to put him on the coaching staff and just to shut him up? Who knows? But hit the subscribe button. Give me a like as well, and we'll see you soon.